What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Riled Up podcast. We're back. Consistency.
Consistency is
Hey,
key.
we're a whole other podcast when we're back at the University of
Very
Tennessee,
true. Very
back
true.
on campus. We got the studio. We got a reason to come in every week. Hey, we are here.
Yep.
Consistency, baby. We're back at it. We're back at it. We're gonna try the shorter form show today.
Yeah, it'll be a little shorter.
Try to cut it down. I don't know. So like we said that last week, and we ended up.
I think today actually will be though.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. We like to yap over here.
Yeah, very
but
true.
yeah, we'll start it off. Get right into it. We got the Virginia game just went down over at Nissan Stadium. Vols came away with the dub. As you know, pretty much everyone expected.
Yeah. Thank
It was
goodness.
so hot outside.
I was not there, but I'm sure it was.
I was melting. I was burnt for like this whole week.
Like,
This whole
did you
week
have
of class.
farmer's tan?
Yes. I still might. You can still see it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you can still see
Y'all
it.
can see that, but
You
it's
can
so
still see it.
real.
You can still see it.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
I got burnt.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about sunscreen. And then of course I told mom about it and she's like, well, you should have wore sunscreen. So yeah, mama. Okay. I know.
I was texting Riley during the game.
She was. Yeah. Crazy game. Saw a lot of interesting things go on. Not just with the Vols, but around college football. But we're gonna focus on the Vols. We'll start those running backs.
Yeah.
Those running backs.
Those running backs.
That was insane. I feel I said this leading up to the game. I want to see them establish themselves on the ground, and they more than did that. That was crazy.
I think definitely, from what we talked about last week, we definitely saw a lot of what we wanted to see. Like, I feel like me and you kind of not spoken into existence, but like when I was watching the game, I was like, this is exactly pretty much what we wanted.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, we got to see Joe. We got to see Nico. We got to see the Tennessee rushing attack. Yeah. Got to see what that receiving core looks like. And most importantly, what that defense was looking like.
And we'll get to the defense.
We'll get to the defense. But like I said, we'll start with the running backs. Jalen Wright, my guy. That's the guy that's been my guy that I've been like.
It has been your guy. It has been your guy. And he started off hot.
I've been advocating for Jalen Wright, and he's showing up for me. 12 carries, least amount of carries on the team, by the way, of the running backs, of the starting three running backs, I should say. Least amount of carries, 12 carries, as opposed to Jabari Small and Dylan Sampson each getting 13. Jalen Wright had 12 for 115 yards. So that's 9.6 yards per carry. Didn't touch the end zone. Because Dylan Sampson ate up all those end zone touches.
Dylan Sampson did.
Also had the longest run of the day, 21 yards. As opposed, and let's compare those stats a little bit to the other running backs. Jalen Wright, 12 carries, 115 yards. Then you had Jabari Small, 13 carries for 67 yards, and Dylan Sampson, 13 carries for 52 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yup.
Dude, Dylan Sampson.
That was so exciting to watch. It really was.
He established himself.
He did. Like
one of those guys that he's not going away. And a lot of people were kind of going into the season assuming Tennessee kind of had just a 2-man punch, and then Dylan Sampson would kind of be that third guy that's there sometimes.
I had the same impression. I really did.
I had heard that Dylan Sampson was doing good things in camp and things like that, but I did not at all expect him to get the amount of work that he did.
Yeah.
Being tied for the most carries on the team. That's pretty incredible. Those running backs blew my mind. Was not expecting. I was expecting Jalen Wright to get the most yards, was not expecting him to have the least carries of the 3, and Dylan Sampson, of course, just a whole nother level, was playing out of his mind. Had also a catch for a touchdown. So should mention that 4 total touchdowns for him, 3 rushing, 1 through the air, just on his only catch of the game, which is 1 catch for 9 yards for that touchdown. So
it was great.
Yeah,
I was really I don't want to say I was shocked, but like I said a few seconds ago, I was kind of like, I was so excited whenever, just like the very beginning of the game, he had a touchdown within like the first 3 minutes, wasn't it? It was just like it was eye opening. I was kind of like, my goodness, maybe I kind of underestimated the guy, you know?
Yeah, marched down. Let me look.
He established himself, just like you said. That was for sure.
First drive was 8 plays, 62 yards, a 2-minute and 55-second drive.
2-minute, 55 seconds.
Yeah. Capped off Joe Milton at 4th and 5, by the way. This is a 4th down. Joe Milton, this was the pass, 9 yards for a touchdown. And yeah, pretty insane right there. On that drive, by the way, that was where Jalen Wright ripped that 21-yard rush.
Yeah.
On that drive, let me look at this. Jalen Wright run, Joe Milton pass, Jalen Wright run, Jalen Wright run, Jalen Wright run, Joe Milton run, Joe Milton pass, Joe Milton pass. To cap off that drive. Yeah, pretty great way for them to start the season. That drive, they were clicking on all cylinders. What you wanted to see from the Tennessee offense, but then game goes on a little bit, and we start seeing a little
static in there.
Yeah, Joe Milton was missing on some throws early, wasn't he?
Yeah,
it almost invoked when he first got on campus and was first in those first few games. That's kind of how he started out. He was just not hitting his guys. Had a drop though. I will say Joe Milton's final stat line, by the way, for Bazooka Joe: 21 of 30, 201 yards, and 2 touchdowns through the air, as well as 9 carries. I guess some of those probably are counted as sacks for 33 yards and 2 touchdowns. So that was Joe's final stat line. So 4 total touchdowns for him, as well as Dylan Sampson. 201 yards through the air, 21 of 30, about, what is that, 67-ish%?
Yeah.
Like that. Not exactly, but a little. I was somewhere around 65-70%, somewhere in that window.
High 60s.
Yeah, high 60s. So one of those we can attribute to Ramel Keaton dropping that pass early in the game.
Oh my gosh, it was beautiful.
It was a dime. It was a dime, and it
made me sick to my stomach.
And it's one of those, when I saw who it was going to, I saw it was going to Ramel, and I was like, oh yeah, this is a big gain, and Ramel drops it. You think about that.
I got an immediate text from my dad. He was like, Butterfingers, my goodness.
And it reminds you of that play he had against Florida, where he lays out and brings it down. But couldn't do it this time.
Yeah.
That drive died pretty quick. I think that was the 3-and-out that they had. Where they turned it over on downs. It was more like a 4-and-out.
Yeah.
Turned it over on downs. I think
it was beautiful though. Drive. It really was.
Oh no, that wasn't the turnover on downs. That was where they failed to get the 1-yard Jabari Small run. They were punting it there. Yeah,
punt.
Yeah, Joe Milton passed incomplete to Ramel Keaton, and then he had another one to Brew McCoy that he fired it a little too hot, came in a little too hot. Brew couldn't bring it down, which is kind of what we were worried about.
A little iffiness, but
he did clean it up as the game went on.
Yeah. In first game,
right,
getting out there,
and they gave him a lot of easy throws, bubble screens, quick get it to the wide receiver, let him make a play. They did that to Squirrel like 5 times.
A lot.
They really liked going to Squirrel and letting him work after the catch. But we look at the receivers. We'll kind of come back to Nico as well, but with the receivers, Ramel Keaton had the most yardage on just 3 catches, 66 yards. Squirrel White, 6 catches. He was the most popular receiver, is Joe's favorite target. He got the most targets of everyone, most catches, 45 yards. You had Brew, 2 catches, 21 yards. You had your tight ends, McAllen Castles and Jacob Warren, each getting 1 target each, or 1 reception each, for 16 and 11. Jacob Warren bringing that in for a touchdown. And then you had Jabari Small got a little bit of work out of the backfield. Dante Thornton got a little bit of work. Caleb Webb got some work when Nico came in. So you had a lot of different guys. Dylan Sampson obviously having the 1 catch for the touchdown. Jalen Wright having a couple of catches out of the backfield. So they're spreading the ball around. A lot of different guys getting opportunities to make some things happen with the ball in their hands. So you can be encouraged by that. A lot of different receivers getting work. Does concern me a little bit. Are we going to see one guy step up and be that like top dog receiver?
Yeah.
And
who would you like to see?
Who would I want to see? I would want to see that probably. I think I'd want that to be Brew McCoy.
Yeah.
As far as just a guy you can go to consistently.
Yeah.
Over the middle of the field. That's where he likes to work and where he's the most dangerous. Just grab that there. I like him to be the guy that steps up. I don't know if he will.
I agree with that.
Hard to say if he will. But we can kind of come back to those receivers in a second. We'll touch on Nico. Got a little bit of work there towards the end of the game. Didn't get to do much, really.
Yeah, there wasn't much to it, but
yeah, he only got 3 attempts, 3 passing attempts, 2 of them completed for 11 yards. Not a whole lot of work through the air for Nico, but he did hand the ball off quite a bit to guys like Jabari, Dylan Sampson, Khalifa Keith got some work. Cam Selden got some work there at the end of the game. So lots of handoffs there, but it makes sense. They were up a lot. You don't want to throw the game away with your new guy. So I don't hate that decision. We also had, if we're talking about miscues, D. Williams was the returner the whole game. And did a great job, really, most of the time, except one fumble, lost it. Virginia got the ball. I want to say that might have been the play where, or that might have been one of the drives where they score. I don't remember for sure. Whoops. But by the way, I need to do a victory lap real quick.
Oh,
we were we were predicting the score of this game, right?
Oh yeah.
I said the final score was going to be 56-16. Okay. And it wasn't on this podcast, but Jack Foster, another one of the guys that I do like radio with.
Yeah.
We were doing game predictions for this game on Friday during the live radio show. And I said that score 56-16. And I got made fun of because I said Virginia was going to score 16 points. Well, get this. They scored 13.
Get this.
They scored 13 and missed a field goal.
Yeah.
So they would have scored 16.
Very accurate. Like I was not. Jack doubted that.
Jack was making fun of me because he's like, "That's not a football score. How are they going to score 16?" And I said they're going to score a touchdown and then field goal, field goal, field goal. And that's exactly what happened. Except they missed one. I cannot believe that.
Give Riley a round of applause because that's just what he wants.
Thank you. Yeah.
Served. I give that to you.
I need my flowers. And I was one touchdown off. Yeah, and a cookie. I was one touchdown off on the getting the ball score right as well. But yeah, it's just insane. Absolutely insane. I want to see. I don't remember when this fumble. I think it was in the second half.
Find it right now too.
I want to say it was in the second half.
It was because I just went through the first.
Where they ended up scoring. Maybe was it on the touchdown? It wasn't.
I don't think so.
But regardless, yeah, D. Williams, one miscue, had that fumble, was kind of ugly. Not what you want to see from him, but yeah. Other than him, or other than that one fumble,
he makes mistakes.
Other than that one fumble, he did pretty well returning. I'll give him that. One kick return for 34 yards. They only had one opportunity to kick off. And then 3 punt returns for 105 yards. So that one of them was an absolute gash. He went through the entire punt coverage team. It was crazy, but
yeah.
Big ups for D. Williams. Without that fumble, that's one of my favorite performances from a kick return team.
I like that.
And then we can talk a little bit about that defense.
Which I was so happy to see.
Yeah, it was an improvement. Not what I to be fair, Virginia not the best offense.
No, of course not. But
pretty bad offense.
But we saw improvement, and that is all we wanted.
Yeah, true.
All we could have asked for was a little bit of improvement, and we got it.
Yeah, so. I think big ups to Elijah Herring. That's a guy who was like all over the field early on. All over the field. He was getting things done. So big ups to Elijah Herring. That was really good. 5 total tackles, 2 of them solo, and split a tackle for loss with somebody. I don't know who he would have split it with. Wesley Walker had a couple tackles for loss. You had Tyler Barron, 2.5 tackles for loss. Omari Thomas, 1.5. James Pierce Jr., 2. So you had guys that were getting in the backfield. And that run defense was particularly impressive. I was not expecting that to be their strength, but it was.
And that is exactly what I said last week. I'm pretty sure.
You said that was going to be their strong point.
Yeah, I said our defense. I had full confidence in it improving over, camp, summer, everything,
Oh, yeah. I thought you were saying specifically about rushing.
No, I'm talking about overall defense. It just it really does, I don't know. Like you said, it is Virginia, but at the same time, we saw improvement.
It's encouraging.
It's encouraging. There you go.
Yeah, as far as what we can expect for the future against bigger names, bigger opponents.
It makes you happy.
By the way, I forgot to even mention this. Sold out crowd.
Yeah.
Vols went in there.
It was a home
Vols
game.
Went to Nashville.
Neutral location. Let's never call it that again.
Out Nissan Stadium, which is not all that impressive when you consider the Neyland Stadium has about 40,000 more seats. But
it was a home game, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't a home game, and we sold it out.
Yeah, neutral site. Vols went there,
and it was a sea of orange.
Yeah, shout out the 20 Virginia fans. They hung in there because I
saw them on TV a little bit.
That was a sea of orange, man.
Yeah,
they had to hang in there because Vol fans. That's a passionate fan base right there.
You're entering
to show your face going into the state of Tennessee when the Vols are playing. And it started. I don't even know if you would have seen this. It started this whole thing on Twitter between Vols and Titans fans. It was like this whole beef.
I kind of saw that and I didn't really understand it, to be honest.
Yeah, I hate seeing it because obviously I'm a Titans and Vols fan. Yep. I want to see both the teams succeed.
Well, can you give me a little while we're Titans?
It was.
They were making fun that we were bragging that we sold it out, right, or something like that.
Well, no. It was more like Vols fans were saying if the Titans. There was this one tweet that was really the catalyst, and it was like if the Titans didn't spit in the face of Vols fans over and over again, I mean, look at what we could do for your stadium or something, or look what we could do for your fan base or something. And I think that's dumb. The Titans don't have any obligation to draft Vol players or do anything with the Vols because they are a professional organization. Yeah. They're going to draft the best player available.
Yeah. You can't knock for that. You can't tweet whoever said that. Like you said, professional, you can't.
It's a whole separate entity. And
don't have an argument over that.
I think the Titans need to pander to Vol fans is the most ridiculous thing.
Anything?
Not at all. It's ridiculous.
I'm a Titans fan over here.
It's ridiculous. I hated seeing it. It's this weird entitlement that a section of the Vol fan base has. I think it's weird. I don't think it's.
Some Vol fans, they're only Vol fans, and you've got to be.
I had to speak
through and through.
I had to speak on that a little bit because I think I don't know. I thought that was weird.
I didn't see that. It was a little weird.
It was the weirdest. It's the weirdest section of the Vol fan base besides maybe Andy, if you know who Andy is. But yeah, I had to speak on that a little bit because I just thought it was dumb. And I'm still a Titans fan. I'm always going to be a Titans fan because even if they, draft a Will Levis over a Hendon Hooker, it's whatever. That's who they have on their board. And I see why. Will Levis has the physical tools, but we're not even gonna get into that. But we're not even gonna get into that. We're not even gonna get into that. But yeah, we can talk a little bit about the secondary. I talked a little bit about that defensive front. Elijah Herring, Keenan Peely, had a strong game to start. Came out with an injury, not gonna be playing this week against Austin Peay. Wesley Walker, that's in the secondary, but Omar Norman Lott on the defensive line. Arian Carter got some work. Tyler, like I already mentioned, Tyler Barron was probably the best performer on that defense, in my opinion.
I was kind of shocked.
I mean, he filled that role that Byron Young left.
Yeah, he did
much better than I expected him to.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked.
Yeah,
I didn't think he had it in him. It's not that I didn't think he had it in him. It was more like
that's a lot of production to replace.
Yeah, it is.
It's a quick jump to go from being that kind of second guy behind Byron Young to filling that guy's shoes. Who Byron Young, like we've mentioned before, one of the most ridiculously athletic prospects that has ever come through Tennessee. And one of those just like team guys.
Yeah.
And Tyler Barron kind of had to fill that role production wise. I would say Omari Thomas kind of filled the role as a leader. In the defense as opposed to the product, but not to diss Omari Thomas's production. Like we mentioned earlier, he had the tackles for loss. He was doing it.
He was doing it.
He was doing it. Came off the field for a minute. I think I want to say like on a kick.
Yeah, it scared me.
It was one of the Virginia field goals or something, and he had to come.
They showed him on the ground. Here's what the TV looked like. They show him on the ground, and they just cut back, and then they're like, "Oh well, he looks hurt. There he goes." And that's like literally what the announcer said or something. Then nothing was ever brought up, and I was like, "Are we not going to hear anything else?"
Yeah, I saw.
There he goes.
I saw him come off. I
was like, "What?"
I'd run back into the photo room for a minute when that had happened.
I texted Riley.
Yeah, I'd run back into the photo room. Just to grab something from my bag. I think I was switching my batteries in my camera. And I came back out, and Omari Thomas is getting, carried off the field to the medical tent. And I'm like, what happened? And of course, Presley's texting me and it's like, did you see that?
Is he okay?
I was like, I don't even know. But
he had no idea when it happened.
Yeah, ended up being fine. So Big O, he's still kicking it.
Big ups.
Big ups to Big O.
Yep.
Defense looked fine, or secondary looked fine. Beat themselves on a couple of plays.
Yeah.
Just let guys get loose that shouldn't have gotten
loose. It's all
loose.
right.
Kind of what we expect from the Tennessee defense. Mm-hmm. It's going to be worse against SEC level receivers. Mm-hmm. So
makes you a little nervous.
A little bit nervous that they gave up as many yards they did to Virginia, Virginia passing attack.
The Virginia Cavaliers.
Let me look how many total yards. I mean, they only had 106 yards through the air, but that's Virginia. I don't know if you want to be giving up 106 yards through the air as well as 95 on the ground. But they were really pounding the rock. They really wanted to get some things done through the ground. Just couldn't do it because that rush defense was insane. Mm-hmm. So anyway, that's the Virginia game. 13 for the Virginia Cavaliers, 49 for the Tennessee Volunteers. Vols. Oh, and I forgot to mention the new AP poll came out.
Oh wait, I haven't even looked at this.
You haven't even seen it?
Wait, when did it come out?
It was like
a couple days ago.
Yeah, it was.
Then I most definitely saw it. I didn't know.
Let me look. The Vols are 8 or 9. 9.
We're in the top 10 though.
Vols moved up from number 12 to number 9 with the losses by LSU. Who else lost? It's like LSU and I don't remember who else lost. Arkansas did lose. Clemson.
How can we forget that?
Clemson. That's what it was. It was Clemson. Clemson lost to Duke.
Yeah.
Duke, by the way, now ranked 21.
Crazy.
Yeah. Which also kind of worries me a little bit about the Vols.
The Vols what?
That's the same Clemson team that the Vols beat.
Oh. Yeah.
And they just lost to Duke.
Yeah. I just didn't want to think about it like that, but we don't have to right now. So
I just wanted to bring that up because that's a little bit That's a little oof.
You know what I do have to say after this last week though? One of my favorite things getting on Twitter is looking at all the Deion Sanders stuff.
Hey.
Dude.
Shout out Primetime, man.
Literally.
I love that guy. He was calling people out.
I mean, everything.
In the post-game press conferences, he was like, no, I remember what you said.
Yes. Receipts, like everything. Like on was it halftime or something? I don't know. They were on the sideline, so it was in the middle of the game, I think. Whenever who's reporting? It wasn't Jane Slater. I don't know who it was. The woman asked something about someone. He literally just straight face goes, "He is him." And I was like, imagine like Josh Heupel or someone saying that. They wouldn't. He has been like my number one entertainment for the past week. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, Deion's a whole new character.
It's awesome.
He's awesome. Good for college football. He's great for college football.
It's so fun to watch.
Yeah, he's an entertaining guy, and he's got some dogs. He brought some dogs with him to Colorado.
He does.
He was what was he say? He said, "I'm bringing my baggage with me" or something. And what did he say? And it's Gucci or it's Prada or something.
He said a designer brand.
Yeah. He said, "I'm bringing my baggage with me," and it's Gucci. And it's like it really was because now you got two different guys that he transferred over to Colorado. His son Shedeur Sanders might be in the maybe the front runner for the Heisman at this point. Travis Hunter, who played like 120 snaps or something, had a pick and a touchdown or something. He was balling. I mean, Colorado.
It was so funny.
They've got two of the best players in the country.
Yeah, where's this coming from? Let's go, Colorado.
Yeah, I just like I like seeing Prime Time. I like seeing Prime Time doing his victory laps.
It's funny. It's fun.
He's a guy. He's one of those guys that you want to see succeed just because he's a fun person. He's fun to talk. He's fun to be around. Fun or not? I can't say that specifically.
So fun to be around because Riley knows.
What I meant by that is he's fun. Just like in those press conferences and things, like he's saying unorthodox things.
I think I'd be scared to ask him a question, to be honest. Not like genuinely scared. Just be like, I have no idea what you're about to get.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. I'm sure for a reporter
with like nothing but him saying he is him, and you're like, well, what are we supposed to do with this? Like,
yeah. But that's kind of it's kind of a story in its own right.
It is.
It just because of who he is. So moving on. Austin Peay. Austin Peay. Town.
73-0.
Okay, I'm not. That's your score prediction?
No, not actually. Well,
I
don't know what Austin Peay looks like.
What do you mean you don't know? It's Austin Peay. You know.
No,
Austin
I know.
Peay
I'm gonna go like.
Just lost to Southern Illinois 49-23.
Like 56. Wait, who did they play? Who does Austin Peay play? Southern Illinois. How much did they lose by?
49-23. So 26 points.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like 56-8-7.
8.
I don't like odd numbers.
7.
I don't like odd numbers.
All right.
Yeah.
That's Presley's prediction for the number 9 Tennessee Vols hosting Austin Peay Governors.
The
Govs, yeah. They are, by the way, sold out game. Tennessee sold it out.
Yeah.
Home opener, sold out for Austin Peay.
Yeah, which is crazy because as much as I hate to say it, well, maybe not as much the stadium, but there will be a whole bunch of people gone by halftime.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
So,
well,
but home opener, whatever.
Yeah. Student section is going to be cleared out by halftime.
I give it second quarter.
Don't even worry about it. Student section will be out of there.
Especially since the game's at 5, right?
Y'all be able to, y'all be able to. No, 5.
Second quarter. It's a little later in the day. You've been up all morning.
I'm glad you just brought that up because this whole day I've been thinking it's tomorrow at 12. So I was like,
get up early.
Yeah, I was like getting ready to like set my alarm. I'm glad you said that.
It's not till 5, so you got a long day ahead of you.
Yes, I'm so happy about that. I hate noon games.
Yeah, no,
I hate covering noon games.
Not the most fun.
Yeah, covering that Nashville noon game sucked. But Vols, it's gonna be like 88 degrees, so a little bit better than it was for Virginia.
Yeah,
marginally. It's supposed to be cloudy, so hope it's nice and a little bit cooler. So I'm not melting on the field over there.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
I would like it to be a little bit cooler, but what do you want to see? Oh, I need to give my score prediction, don't I? Yeah. Give me. I'm gonna go 63 to. Give me 63-6.
Yeah, I was about to say I just couldn't give them more than double digits.
63-6. I think they will kick 2 field goals.
Okay, yeah. I just can't get more. I can't picture. I don't know. It's hard because we're coming off our season opener, which was Virginia, which isn't.
Keep in mind, their quarterback, Austin Peay's quarterback, threw 2 picks. This is against Southern Illinois. Now he's going to be going against the Tennessee defense that, while it likes to give up big plays, is also opportunistic.
Yeah,
they'll get some turnover.
Yeah, for sure. Well, what I was about to say was I just can't it's not that I'm not taking it serious. It's just we just came off Virginia. Like we knew how that was going to go.
I think it's fair to not
going into Austin Peay.
Yeah, I think it's fair to not take.
It's hard to be completely excited about it because
Virginia's probably barely a step over.
But we are going to beat them.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
You'll look past it.
Yeah, so I just can't give much of. I don't know. Because you're not seeing more competition.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know y'all know what I'm saying, but.
Yeah. What do you want to see, primarily in this matchup?
I want to see Ramel Keaton catch the ball that Joe throws him, for one.
Mm-hmm.
just more of that. I feel like I would love to see more than our defense did this past week. So it would just give me, and I feel like everybody else, just 100% confidence. Like you said, we were going up against Virginia, not the best offense, whatever. But like, they didn't do a bad job whatsoever. But like, I'm all defense. Like, defense wins games. Like, obviously offense does too. But like, I'm such a big defense person. I think I just want to see that be unreal. And again, we're playing Austin Peay. It's going to be hard to like really get a good feel of what's going to happen whenever we're playing a better team, whenever we're playing, I don't know, South Carolina, Florida, Georgia, anything like that. Right. So, I mean, there's not much for me to say that I want to see whenever we're playing Austin Peay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like,
yeah, on my end, I want to see Jalen Wright get more carries. And yeah, okay. I know that's been my guy.
Yeah, Riley just loves him.
I'm a Jalen Wright fanboy, but for good reason. He got the least carries and had almost double the yards of the second.
I'm not hating on that.
I mean, I give him more carries. Let him get the rock.
Give him more.
He does good things with it every time it's in his hand.
He does.
Now imagine you take away, I don't know, a few carries from Dylan Sampson and a few carries from Jalen Wright or Jabari Small and give them to Jalen Wright.
Yeah.
He's
going to be.
I mean, he ran for, what was it, 115? He ran for 115. You give him a few more carries, he's running for 160, 180. Yeah. Like, give Jalen Wright the ball. He is so good with the ball.
Give him the ball.
Give him the rock. Beyond that, I want to see Joe Milton's completion percentage climb a little bit. Yeah. I want to see more completed passes, whether it's through quick screens and things like that. I don't really want to see that be the way they improve it, but if that's how they do it, that's how they do it. I want to see them do it with him throwing down the field.
Me too. I went on a little defense rant.
I want him to attack the middle of the field.
Yeah.
I want him to get the ball to his playmakers, to Brew McCoy, who can come down with the ball in pretty much any scenario, as long as you get it to him at a reasonable speed. Get it to Dante Thornton down the field. Get it to Squirrel White, however they want to use him. He's the gadget guy. He's all over the place.
Love Squirrel.
And get it to Ramel Keaton.
Ramel Keaton catch the ball.
Relax on him.
I'm sorry. I know that was one.
Yeah, it was one.
It was just like really pretty.
So. It should have been caught. Yeah. But it was one drop. We'll
look past it. I'm done now on that little
as long as he locks in like from here on.
Play it in my head.
As long as he locks in from here on, we can look past it.
Yeah, we can. We just don't need it to happen anymore.
So yeah, that's what I want to see. As far as defense, just hold them to below double digits.
Which I think is very doable.
That's all I want to see from them. Just hold them to below double digits.
Someone a step down from Virginia.
Yeah,
I mean,
please.
Yeah.
Please. Hold them to below double digits.
Yeah, for sure.
That's my one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Also, from the fans, maybe stay a little bit past halftime. I don't know, third quarter, maybe.
Ooh.
That's my least favorite thing about the Vols fan base, specifically the student section.
Well,
like, you do not got to go out that bad. You can wait a little bit to go out.
It's not about that. It's about just being like,
I don't know, cheer them on. Like, even that, like, I've been to games before where
you're tired.
Like in my freshman. Oh my God.
No, I'm so serious.
My freshman year, man, I would stay there till the end of the game.
Okay, and I did. I remember that Ole Miss game. I was there to the end. I got hit by.
No. I'm not even talking about Ole Miss.
No, I was that.
Who was that we played year one? Bowling Green. I stayed for the entire Bowling Green.
Not me, because here's the thing. I don't know if you have. Well, you definitely don't have the same experience as a girl that goes to school here, right? No. Because as girls, we get up, we do our makeup. That takes a long time. Then you go meet up with your friends at their apartment, whatever. You got over there, you're there. Then you go to the frats for like, okay, by the way, you're at your friend's place for like 2 hours. You're at the frats for like 2 hours. You get to the stadium, you're at the game for like 2 hours. You've had a long day.
You ain't at the game for 2 hours. And
guess what? Getting everywhere in your heels or your cowgirl boots and your makeup sweating off. And you're beating the crap out of a team. So what are us girls going to do? We're going to walk all happy tails home, put on our pajamas, and we'll finish watching the game right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Don't get a student ticket in. Watch it from home the whole time.
No, we've got to get cute to go to something.
Give it to somebody who's going to stay the whole game.
But it's not.
You're on the balls the whole time.
It's literally everybody. Well,
all right, then all right, then it's not directed at the girls. That's not who I'm directing this at.
I know.
I'm directing this at everyone.
Everybody. I understand that, and that's what I was about to say. Like, it's just
because I know there are guys that leave early.
Come on.
I mean, Kale did it like 3 times. Left me in the student section.
Martin last year, I was gone in the second quarter. Actually, I was there halftime because I remember the halftime watching the video, whatever they played, because it was homecoming week. I actually do remember that. I was there until halftime. I watched the video, then I left. But like, I don't know. I see what you're saying though. Stay. It's more like if I was an athlete, I'd for sure like want a different way. But especially when they're putting in,
that's like a pride thing too. Like that, if Tennessee fans really want to be considered the best in the country, you can't leave at halftime, even if it is Austin Peay. That's my thing. And you want to turn around and then on Twitter, then the next couple of hours, as soon as the game ends, you want to hop on Twitter and talk about this is the best fan base in the country. No, it's not. Not if you're leaving at halftime. Not if the entire student section is empty by the third quarter.
For like 50-0, I'm gone. I'm sorry, Riley.
I'm just saying. That's been my pet peeve since I've come to Tennessee.
And I also get it from the athlete's perspective because when I was in high school and whenever I hated when people came for like the first set of a volleyball game and then just left. I was like, what did you come for then?
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I'm not gonna say that I'm not guilty of it, is what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. That's always been my that's been the biggest pet peeve.
Thing.
That's been the biggest pet peeve.
Okay.
All right. We'll move on to the draft segment.
Which I prepared barely for.
Me
class.
Too. Me too. I just kind of thought about it.
Okay.
I didn't even really
class
compare.
and I don't really have. I did this off the top of my head.
There are like 2 people that I hope you don't pick because I don't really have a backup for them.
Okay, well, I actually put backups down this time because I'm scared. Okay, but go. Oh, wait, you get first pick.
I did. Because this time, I need to introduce the topic.
We don't know what we're doing yet.
Yeah, you introduced the topic because it was
I sent
your idea.
Keep hitting this. I sent Riley a list of topics because he was like, you needed topics since we were swapping, whatever. I struggled for a hot hour and he was like, dude, come on. And I struggled for a hot hour. And then I was finally like, my brain started working and I had an entire list of things. But he basically got it down to 2, I'm not going to lie. So I didn't really pick it.
You did pick it.
No, I didn't. Anyways, this week we're drafting a starting 5 of current NBA players.
Current players.
Not old, not a mixture of both. Current. We are drafting a starting 5. They are playing on a team. They are practicing.
All right, and since Presley picked the topic, I'm getting first pick this time. And with my first pick, I'm going with by far the most unique player in the league right now, Nikola Jokic. Ugh. Even though, if you know me, you know I don't like Nikola Jokic. I hate watching Nikola Jokic.
I like watching him.
Even I have to admit, he is in a league of his own at the center position. There's nobody that does what Nikola Jokic does.
Okay.
So yeah, I've got my center locked down. Who you going with, Presley?
As a center,
you don't have to pick a center. You can pick whoever you want, whatever position you want.
What if I just did no, I'm gonna do a center. But what if I did do 5 shooting guards? Crazy.
Yes, you could.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Giannis.
Dang it.
I still can't say his last name without reading it. So I didn't write it down. So yeah,
I can't spell it, but
yeah, go ahead, write it down. Antetokounmpo.
That might be right. I don't know.
Very close.
If I'm not right, I'm close. I'm writing it down on my little doc so that way I can keep track of it. All right, for my second pick,
I'm really scared. Maybe I shouldn't have gone with him.
I'm going with the most electric playmaker in the league. I don't know if I can call him the most electric playmaker. The most electric shooter in the league. Give me Steph Curry.
Okay.
He's in a league of, I think he is the best point guard to ever play the game. So I'm taking Steph Curry. Infinite range. I'm
going to go with John Morant.
John Morant is your point guard.
Yeah.
Wow.
He is my favorite player to ever watch.
I mean, he's probably my second favorite player, but that doesn't mean I'm picking him.
I'm picking him, though. I'm taking him. I like him. I want him on my team. I want him in my starting 5.
I don't know. I would have to think about who the best point guards in the league are. John Morant's, he's up there. Yeah. He's top 3 to 5, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, for sure.
Steph to me is the clear number 1.
And that's valid. I personally, like, whenever I was thinking about who I was gonna pick, he came to my mind, but I'm not a big Steph Curry girl.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I can see that. I can't hate on that one.
I'm scared.
I have a guy in my mind. I just don't know if I want to go with him.
What position are you going for?
He's a I don't know. He's kind of like a small forward, power forward in that range.
Oh gosh.
Again, this is another play I don't like. By the way, so far I've drafted only players I don't like.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Kevin Durant.
Okay.
I'm going with KD as my small forward. Maybe he's my power forward. Depends on who you pick next, because I know who my other pick is gonna be. It's gonna be the other one of this.
I'm heartbroken because I don't know which one to pick. I can keep my center to the end because you've already got one. Give me LeBron.
Damn.
I don't really like him, but
he'll go for 4.
Yeah,
he's gonna be my next pick.
Yeah, I figured he was, so I had to sweep him out from under you. I figured he was.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next pick.
Okay. I'm glad I went that route. Okay.
Presley stole my glorious king, Bron from me.
He's not my glorious king, but I'll take him.
In that case, give me Dame. Give me Damian Lillard.
Okay. I was waiting for you to go for him.
I figured I could wait a little bit to pick Dame.
Yeah.
I didn't think you would go down.
Okay, for my center, I'm gonna go with
this is obvious.
Joel Embiid.
Joel?
Yeah, Joel, sorry.
Joel Embiid.
I don't like him though. I'm not gonna lie.
I honestly thought you were gonna go for Embiid a little bit earlier. I thought you would have picked Embiid before you would have picked like Ja or LeBron.
You took
Jokic,
and that's what I was gonna go for. So then
I picked my point guard second. You could have picked
number 1 pick was gonna be
of course. Why wouldn't it be?
Because
he's the best player in the league.
He's my number 1. He's like the one I wrote down, and I was like, I gotta get him.
Yeah, to me, he's clearly the best player in the league. So.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think anybody's gonna fight that either.
For this last
one, I got left a shooting guard.
Yeah, okay. For this last one, I'm between 2 people, and actually, I can just tell you who these 2 people are, since neither of them are shooting guards.
Okay.
I'm between Jason Tatum and Kawhi Leonard.
I had one of them on my list, but I didn't pick.
I think I'm gonna go with Kawhi.
That's who I had if I didn't get LeBron.
Yeah, I think Kawhi's my guy. That's gonna be my small forward. I need a little bit of defense on this team. Jokic can do a little bit of it, but I need Kawhi. He's my lockdown defender.
Okay. I'm torn between 2. I guess it really doesn't matter. For my shooting guard, give me Donovan Mitchell, I guess.
All right. Yeah, that's fair.
That's a valid one. I feel like. You know who I wanted to pick though?
Who'd you want to pick?
D-Book.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been bad.
Yeah, that's not terrible.
No, but
do you want to get a 6th man?
Okay.
Do you want to draft a 6th man? Do you want to do that?
Sure.
All right. In that case, my 6th man is gonna be Jason.
Okay.
There's still some stars on the board. There's still some stars on the board for sure.
Steph Curry, Lillard. Who have I got? Ja, Donovan, LeBron, Giannis. Well, okay.
You do like SGA. Jaylen Brown. You could get D-Book.
Yeah, I could. I've already got Giannis too. Yeah, I'll do D-Book.
D-Book's your 6th man?
Yeah.
Not who
you know who I would have, you know who I would have loved to have, honestly? I don't think I ever even thought about it when I was thinking about this earlier. Jaren Jackson Jr.
Good defender, but
yeah, that's all.
Not better than Giannis.
Not better than anybody I have. No, but I would have loved to have. But he didn't even come into my mind.
He crossed my mind when I was thinking about guys I want to get for defense, because that's why I picked Kawhi over Jason Tatum.
And that's valid.
Defense.
And that's what you love in someone's defense.
I do.
I love in someone's defense.
That's why I'm still a little bit partial to Dylan Brooks. But his offense was so egregiously bad that his offense was so
I can't
bad.
wait to talk about basketball. Sorry. Football's just starting.
Yeah, it's football season, Presley.
Okay, I know that.
It's NFL season.
Ooh.
It's NFL season. The NFL season started last night. Do you want to touch on that for like a second?
Yeah. The Chiefs got beat, right?
Yeah. Lost to the Lions.
Mahomes. So what? This has been known.
How can you hate Mahomes?
This has been known.
I still just think that's weird, though. How could you hate Mahomes?
Whenever it was Super Bowl week, me and Riley were doing the sports report for our Vol News that we do. And we were doing our Super Bowl picks, and I hate Mahomes.
Why?
I don't like his voice. I don't like.
But that's not a reason to hate him.
I just don't like him. Like, there are certain. I just don't like him.
Yeah, Chiefs lost 21-20 to the Detroit Lions.
Yeah. Good.
Why are you hating on Mahomes?
I just don't like him. I really don't.
By far and away the most exciting player in the league.
I just don't like him.
Also, the Chiefs should have won.
Yeah, I know. That's all that I saw on Twitter this morning.
Pass hit. Kadarius Toney, another one.
Yeah, I didn't watch the game. I had work last night, so I want to know what all the tweets are about. It's like player of the game or whatever. Wait, I want to know what happened.
Okay, Kadarius Toney. He had 3 different drops.
Oh God.
3 drops throughout the game. He caught 1 ball for 1 yard. Had 1 rush attempt for -1 yard. And then 3 drops. And one of them hit him directly in the hands.
Yeah.
Right in the hands. I mean, there's like a picture of like this turned into a pick 6 where the ball is in Kadarius Toney's like hands.
Yeah. And
it did. It turned into a pick 6. Bounced off his hands, landed on a Lions defender's like lap basically, and he just ran it in for a touchdown. So yeah, that's the reason.
Twitter is just like player of the game, and I'm just like, what happened?
Dude, it was ugly. Jahmyr Gibbs looks like one of the most exciting football players to ever be brought into the league. He's insane. Only got 7 carries in that game too.
Love that for him.
Jahmyr Gibbs is a dog. That's one of the guys that I was like rooting for.
I like his name.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah.
Even though he came from Alabama.
Yeah, I like his name.
No.
I'm not talking about anything about him other than his mother's creativity, I guess.
Well, you got Amon-Ra St. Brown, balled out. That's a dog right there. I like him. Sam Laporta, another one of the rookies I was like, doing victory laps around. Had a good game, 5 of 39. So like to see that. But then the Chiefs receivers. No, they won.
Oh, sorry.
That was the Lions. The Chiefs receivers. Ugly, bad. Patrick Mahomes is their leading rusher. That tells you anything about
it's not that great.
Patrick Mahomes has no help. He has the least amount of help in the league, besides maybe his offensive line. He's got one of the better offensive lines. His receiving core, running backs, bad.
Yeah.
Isaiah Pacheco, 8 carries, only got 23 yards. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 6 carries, only got 22 yards.
Not looking.
Receiving, his leading receivers, Marquez Valdez-Scantling with 2 receptions for 48 yards. Justin Watson, 2 catches, 45 yards. And then everyone else it's ugly. It's bad.
It was ugly.
I feel bad for Patrick Mahomes. If he had,
it kind of does suck.
If he had any amount of help. I mean, to be fair, he's without his best defensive player, Chris Jones, without his best offensive player, Travis Kelce. So that's rough.
Yeah.
Rough for him. And rough for the Chiefs. I picked the Chiefs to win this game, obviously, as most people would. But even that was even after the Travis Kelce, because I thought maybe his receivers would do enough.
Yeah.
And really they did, besides Kadarius Toney, who let the ball hit him in the hands into the hands of a Lions defender who ran it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, it's not the best look.
No, pretty ugly, but
it's okay.
Happens. It's the NFL. crazy stuff happened. Crazier things have happened. And so yeah, that's it for.
That's this week in football.
Basically, as well as a little bit of basketball sprinkled in.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we got for you today. Thank you all so much for watching.
Thank you.
Appreciate it so much. And that's this episode of Riled Up, the Riled Up podcast.
You did it.
Shout
another
out
consistent
Sports. Week. Yeah. Another consistent week. Hey,
we'll
we are
back
back
next week.
We are back, baby.
We will be back next
we are
week.
Back.
So
week for week.
Don't miss us too much.
Don't miss us too much. We'll be right back.
We will.
We'll be right back. We'll recap this Austin Peay game. Talk about the scary matchup coming up for the Vols. Right around the corner. Ooh, scary. We'll talk a little bit more NFL as well, since that's going to be full swing.
Our favorite thing to talk about.
My favorite thing to talk about, not hers. But we're going to talk about it a little bit regardless.
We will.
So yeah, that's it for this episode. We appreciate you all for watching.
Thank you all.
So yeah, that's it for this episode of Riled Up. Thank you.
We'll see you next week.